Bob Lozano, CEO of F&P Group, and I'm constantly fascinated by the ways people create value and lasting enterprises. We explore the journeys, the decisions, and the driving forces behind successful businesses with multiple locations. Welcome to Live Currency. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the TRA 2025, and this is very special because I'm here with a good friend of mine, and this is the first mini pod that we're doing, the first talk at TRA, and I get to do it with Darrell Forster. Thanks for being here, man.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It means a lot. We've had a lot of these episodes go out, but at TRA and doing it with a friend, I just think it makes it that much easier, right?
Sure.
Because nothing about this camera deal, mic deal has been easy in the restaurant business, but it is kind of the evolution, and that's why we're adopting it. But yeah, so just a tidbit about what you do, Darrell, in the restaurant business. I know, but let's tell the viewers.
Okay. I'm Darrell Forster, and I have a business partner, Terry Giles, and we both came to work in the winter of 1976 to learn to be managers of Dairy Queens. And so it started out with shop talk and all. And I guess you'd say about 4 years later, in 1980, we were able to buy into the company we were working for. Therefore, we were tied together as partners since 1980. And so all in all, I guess about 45 years now that we've been tied together as partners. The deal of it is I think banks are kind of concerned about people being in a partnership, because what if the partnership splits up?
Yeah, that's true.
And I've heard it's kind of like, well, anyway, there's just different issues there that can come up.
Yeah.
But one of the ways I think that it's worked for he and I is we come from different angles and different experiences and talents to bring to the partnership, including running our corporation, Dairy Queen of Tyler Incorporated, which is the operating company. If there's an idea, like a marketing idea that he wants to do, I might just let him run with it. And I would kind of approve the dollar amount that we're spending on that, or whether it's billboards or local radio station or a TV promotion or something there.
That's interesting. So you've already talked on a couple different topics, which kind of separation of roles, partnerships in business in the restaurant space. Y'all started at a young age. Congratulations. I know this story, but I love hearing it every single time. Terry Giles is a good friend of mine. So what's up, Mr. Terry? We're going to tell everyone all your deepest and darkest secrets, right? Let's just get that. Yeah, all right. I have a question, though. Let's rewind a little bit. So 1980, you decide to get in the business. Who makes that decision? You or Terry, or who pushed it?
Well, the previous two owners were 51%, 49%. And the 51% was my father-in-law, Charles Norwood. But so his partner with 49% was Quentin Razier. And Quentin lived near my business partner, Terry Giles' a girlfriend at the time in Sulphur Springs, and they made a connection there and got Terry into the business on learning to be a manager to start with. And then it became a time where that partner, Quentin Razier, decided and brought up to Charlie Norwood that maybe they should sell to us. And so they sold to us and financed the deal for 15 years. So we got rights to do business in 8 stores in the city of Tyler, the Dairy Queen stores that were there then, the good ones and the bad ones and all. And then things changed over the years, and we remodeled some of them and closed down some of them as things come and go.
Yeah,
over the years.
Yeah, that makes sense, and I think people need to hear that, because that's the honest truth. Some restaurants do really well, and some restaurants underperform, and you have to make tough decisions sometimes. And so, thanks for sharing that. So about the partnership piece and about y'all working together. Live Currency is something that's been around for decades. As you know, Robert started it when he was just
right.
Single store, multi-store, whatever owner, and was just trying to offer advice, give something a little extra. We always told people we can't pay you as much as you're worth, but we will give you extra in Live Currency, which is hopefully going to help people in life and in their trajectory. And so
We believe in that
So,
also.
yeah, man, it's a great thing. You know, we're in a position to impact people's lives in the restaurant industry, and I firmly believe that you can shape somebody's career, somebody's life in a positive way by just being a positive influence. And then bad managers can shape people in a bad way, you know, kill confidence, kill it. So there's both sides. But anyways, man, so that's what the podcast is about, and I like that you touched on partnerships. So I want to ask you a question. So for people that are looking to get into business, and I know that was your route, but what would you say about partnerships? You know, the kind of, and what's your advice to anybody that's looking for a partnership? Good and bad.
Okay, I think you need to look at and identify the talents of each partners. Like it was two of us in this case, and you know, I guess I could say that Terry may come up with more visionary ideas, and then I'll be the detail person that would be looking at the dollars and cents and see if we could afford to do something like that. Whether it's marketing or it's remodeling a location, as to estimated costs for doing that. And I'm the one who looks at every line of the P&L for 15 stores each month, and to see that, of course, that the accounting is done right, but also to see if we're on a trend or if we need to reconsider things, or why food cost has gone up 1% compared to last year's month of June. And then why labor has gone up 1%, and see if that's something we can still live with. And I'm a little bit concerned in that light of electricity going up when we're finishing one 5-year contract and looking at signing another 5-year contract that would start next June. But back on the partnership, if each partner would realize with the other's talents and maybe let that partner run with that item, that idea, and we probably have gotten along over 45 years by letting the one that's so strong on something go ahead and run with that idea. And we can talk things over at our almost daily lunch through the week. We pretty well have lunch together, and then talk and do our work in through the afternoon. And then sometimes we might end that at 4:00. Other days it'll be 5 or 5:30. But we're not afraid to work on Friday afternoon till 5:30. It just works out that way sometimes. So I'd say that about partners, and that's probably a way a couple guys going into business as partners would explain themselves to the bank about their different talents. And when the bank's asking for financial information, that would probably be me to put that together.
Sure.
Where Terry would be good at visiting and glad handing all the more.
Yeah.
And kind of explaining the business, marketing wise and operational also.
Yeah. Well said. So I hope this is okay that I'm asking. I mean,
Sure.
it's y'all have already had a wildly successful career, and will continue to do so. Y'all have families in the business, etc. But what about any time that y'all experienced any type of turbulence? Like, did the partnership sometimes feel tough sometimes, and what did y'all do to kind of get it back on track? I mean, it's almost like a marriage, right? I mean,
yeah, we hear people talk of it that way.
Yeah.
Also, and it's a closeness there, and at the same time, to our own marriages, we have to keep our wives satisfied with it if they've got an opinion toward what the other partner's doing.
That's true. Yeah.
And that kind of thing. I don't, it's just different ways on working through it. To get an exact example, I don't know what to look back to, but maybe it's a minimum if I'll say that, maybe there's been 3 or 4 kind of bigger issues, but spread over 45 years, that's not too bad.
No, that's not bad at all, man. That's not bad at all. Yeah, partnerships are tough, and I think what I've learned is if you want to go far, you need partnerships, right? And so we've done a lot of things. I mean, I even look towards like Pat that heads up our production, right? He has his own studio, he has his own production, etc. But we're working on Live Currency, we work on F&P Media together. All these guys have their own tracks, but in order to be able to do this and put this together, we needed to form some sense of partnerships. Juan Carlos as well, etc. And so I've been exploring that a lot. So thank you for sharing. I want to continue to try to explore that. I also know that as a I don't know, just kind of the normal manness in us or whatever wants to be like control, right? And feel like you're in control. But at the same time, I think y'all have made it work for so many years, and congratulations on that.
Well,
And yeah.
I think you're also hinting about the idea of pride.
Yeah,
Watch about your own pride and ego and appreciate the people working for you
exactly.
who contribute so much to you. What popped into my head was the idea of sharing things by having a commission or a bonus type plan.
Yeah.
My partner Terry came up with some kind of a plan for that. Even though when we first came to work, there was a bonus plan, but we had to change it and enhance it when we took over. And for a good while, our general managers of each location had what amounts to about 30% of their W-2 form dollars would be the bonus plan.
Yeah.
Now, last year, we changed it because that law was coming into effect. So we increased salary and reduced the bonus, but we still have a bonus there. And I still believe that management people working for us at the general manager level, the store manager under them, if we have one at that location, and assistant managers all care about making all the bonus that they can.
Yeah.
Even if it's a lower dollar amount than it used to be, and we're paying more on a rate of pay by the hour, and nowadays, and I think it's still working.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just because I want them to realize for their efforts, they get paid for it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, that's already beginning to touch on, that partnership aspects as far as like a profit sharing or
Yes.
or a bonus plan. And that's helped out so many people. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up, Darrell. But I got one more question before we do. So how do you decide in a partnership when to take out money or when to invest money into the company?
Well,
Or is that part of the separation of roles?
Well, no, it's pretty well. Well, if one of the partners has a need for some more cash to support his kids, or put someone through college if they have a child like that, we just do it evenly, and so it's kind of a decision that has to be made. Okay, if we're going to draw some funds out, we draw it out equally.
Yeah.
That way, you're not trying to do catch up because one partner owes a loan to the other one or something like that. So we just draw it out evenly, and then it hits our personal tax returns with the profitability of the C corporation we have, the Dairy Queen and Tyler Incorporated, and then our basically leasing company, Forster and Giles Investments, that owns the buildings.
Man, so that's
handled that way.
I guess that's what's made y'all so successful, right? I mean, is you pay yourself a little salary, you're building your assets, building your balance sheet, but really it's, hey, let's grow the business and let's continue to grow the balance sheet and take out what we need for our families, be on the same page, but keep at it.
Right. And we also take off with our families for a mission project with our church. In my case, is Green Acres Baptist Church.
Yeah.
And so I'll take those days off, and it's okay with him as my partner because there's going to be times that he wants to take a vacation or multiple vacation and days off. So we don't worry about trying to keep up with that as far as PTO for myself or for himself, and try to track that, because different years we're going to have different opportunities for vacations or mission trips with our church or whatever kind of things, straight vacations.
Yeah.
On a cruise ship like Boston to Montreal or something that I did back in September.
Oh, good for you, man.
It is an 11-night cruise. So that's the longest cruise that we've been on. But my wife and I enjoyed that by going with friends that we had, and there was like 10 of us together that knew each other on the cruise ship, and stayed a couple more nights in Montreal before we came back. So that made it a 16-day trip.
Yeah, I love it, man. Well, like I said, first talk at TRA with Darrell brings me great joy. We've known each other for many years. We're all trying to take on the restaurant industry together and evolve as the industry evolves. But really proud to call this guy a friend. Really proud to know the Giles family. Hello to all of our Dairy Queen friends. And Darrell, thank you so much for sitting with me. Is there anything else you want to share?
Only comment I would make to new people in the business is to come to things like Texas Restaurant Convention, and perhaps the convention that their own franchise might have, because there's always something to learn and work with other owners just like you and I talking.
Yeah, so I want to say something. So This man right here is always at every single meeting. He's always at every single conference. And I've always admired that of him because it's so easy to just not go. It's so easy to just not make the time.
Right.
And that's why y'all been successful. I mean, you all have made the time, and you've made the time personally. And so it's really cool, man. Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it, Darrell.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, dude.
Sure.
Bob Lozano, CEO of F&P Group, and I'm constantly fascinated by the ways people create value and lasting enterprises. We explore the journeys, the decisions, and the driving forces behind successful businesses with multiple locations. Welcome to Live Currency,